Good morning and welcome. It is Monday, the 20th of June. I am Flat Cap Callum. I'm hoping you are all very, very well and you haven't got any Royal Ascot hangovers because we're back to a Monday with Southwell and Wolverhampton and Ballinrobe and all sorts of really exciting tracks, almost as exciting as Ascot. So coming up today, what have we got? We've got a review of yesterday. We'll do a quick few stats. I haven't got loads of stats today. We'll have a word on the outcome of the golf. And then today's bet, I've done it as a 3/4 stake day in the end. So £15 is what we're starting the week on with. It's basically two bets. One's a split bet, but two bets, £15. So that's coming up. So last week we'll come to that. We'll do yesterday first. So yesterday we only did a small bet, £8 bet. I've got it as a 156 return for Sky. If you didn't do Sky, you wouldn't have had a return, but it really didn't make much difference, to be honest. It was sort of close enough, but nothing close enough to make money, really. So we did these tricks. So the first leg in both of them was white turf. It was 14 the night before. It got backed in all the way into 3-1, and there was non-runner, but I still made that I think the actual real jump went from 11s to 3-1. So taking non-runners out, it was a massive gamble on that horse, and it looked like a good thing. It went 5-4 in running, and then just literally just stopped and came fourth. So fourth was fine for Sky Bet, but not for anyone else. But it didn't make much difference. So I think Tigerton was 7th or 8th. Golden Apollo did place. So that little double on there was the only thing that actually paid anything out from. Because then we had White Turf then again with the Rutland Rebel that was a 7th or 8th. I can't remember which around. Manny Gordo was only 7th. So they were all close enough. The majority of the horses yesterday outrun their odds, i.e. if you put them in ranking order of the betting versus ranking order of finishing, most of them outran where they should have done. I think it was only Rutland Rebel that didn't. And then, the cross doubles. So because they both just missed out, it didn't matter that Golden Apollo was there. And it was a drifter, that one, 18-1 in the end. So not too good on there to finish our week off. It sort of ended up a bit of a damp squib, really. So we had a decent Tuesday and Wednesday at Royal Ascot. Then we had a decent lucky 15 on the main on the accumulated selections on Thursday, which turned over 100. And then Friday, Saturday were sort of big defeat days, and then Sunday we didn't do much, but we didn't get anything back then. So it all sort of ended a bit poor, really. But the golf, if you've done the golf bets, did have something to cheer about. So that was what we went in with, and I'm really happy to come out with a profit from it, obviously. So the main one, from a profit point of view, was Denny McCarthy, finished tied 7th. So in the 10-place market on the channel, it was 200-1, 30p each way, so it paid £12.30 back. If you'd done 8-place market, I imagine you'd have got better odds. It'd have been fractioned down. So I'd imagine everybody's probably in a similar ballpark, whether you went 10-place market, 9-place market, 8-place market, because in the 8-place market you'd have got a much better price. But at one point yesterday in that final round, with about 10 holes to play, we had Nick Hardy and McCarthy both tied 5th, 2 shots from the lead, and Cameron Tringale tied 9th. And it looked like we could get 3 200 plus golfers in the top 10. It wasn't to be. We got one. We'll take the profit. By far and away, of the kind of the top 9, Denny McCarthy was much bigger than everyone else. Everybody else in that betting was 100-1 or less, I think, as far as I can recall. Certainly in the world rankings, it was only really him and Adam Hadwin that were there. So really happy to snag that in the Open 200-1 place. Clearly it'd been better if we'd got 2 or 3 in there as well. But hopefully anyone who's done the golf bet should come out with a profit. So that is back-to-back weeks for the first time ever on the golf. There weren't big wins, but we have made little profits both times. So since I've re-looked at what I'm doing with the golf, I'm happy with where we're going, because we are slightly stemmed the flow. So we're only 10% down on golf for the whole history of the channel. And just to put it into context, because people don't always appreciate this, if you take a horse race, right? So let's go a 20 runner race, and it's paying 5 places. That's fairly standard on this channel. 20 runners, 5 places. We've got a 1 in 4 chance of getting a horse in those places. In golf, let's imagine there's 160 golfers, and in the US Open paying 10 places, it's a 1 in 16 chance of getting placed. So it is 4 times more likely to get a place in that horse race context, or 4 times less likely. So you have to play the bigger end of the market in order to make a long-term profit. So I'm looking at Matt Fitzpatrick, and on form and everything else, he was a good chance of doing well in the tournament. But I wouldn't have taken him at the odds, because you might come out with an odd win like that. But yeah, I stand by, you've got to play in the higher end of the market and walk past some of the more obvious selections in there. So that was golf. So where does that leave us for the week? I got it as exactly for horses, exactly £47 profit this week. 165 on, 212 back, exactly £47 profit. If you'd done the golf as well, it came out as £54 because we made £7.30 profit on the golf, so £54.30 on that. Which for the month of June, we are £108 profit, either on horses or all sports, because golf is basically even for the month and horses is up. So £108 all sports is our profit for June. So yeah, back-to-back week profit on the golf, which is great. And also it's the first time since March, I think, we've actually gone back-to-back weeks on the horses. So we keep yo-yoing. So 2 weeks in a row with a bit of profit on there. We'll see what this week brings. So today brings us this. Those of you who were up late last night, you may have seen I put on the comments a couple of horses from a value. I didn't put a bet on there. I just said there was, of my shortlist, there was 4 horses that I thought were going to get backed in a bit from an SP point of view. So I put up some there. So you may have seen these. So all 4 I put up on there are all in the bets, but 3 out of 4 are much lower prices than last night. So what we're starting off with, 2 bets. So this one, I'm having a go there at Tickety Amber, the 225. It's an unraced horse in a bumper. And I was going to put it in standard terms, so it was 3 places. This morning, Sky have changed their terms, and they are going to pay 4th place. So I would have said put it on anywhere but Sky, so you can anywhere, because it was standard terms. Now Sky have done it. This bet is definitely a Sky bet. So if you've got the option, take Sky. I would put the bet on anywhere. But because of that, there's 3 out of 4 of these legs where Sky are paying an extra place. So for bet 1, it will be Sky. Bet 2 will get to it, but that's a different bookmaker. So Tickety Amber, I'm having a go. I think there's enough in the pedigree that says it could get close to frame as long as it doesn't run too green. So that's going in leg 1. Then 3:30 Southwell, Happy Larry. So I put this up last night. You could have got 66s in places last night. It's 33s now. Then we've got 6:45 Ballinrobe, Kodiak Prince. This is the only one of the 4 I put up last night that's actually gone the other way, and it's drifted. I put it up last night 11s thinking it was going to get shorter, and it's gone 16. So I really, really like that price at 16s. So yeah, that's in. And then the 8:20, I've split it. So Folly Beach at 10s and Beer with the Boys at 11s. Beer with the Boys was one I put up last night. It was 20s last night, 11-1 this morning. So what I've got here is 2 12p each way lucky 15s. Legs 1, 2 and 3 are the same. And then leg 4 is going to be Folly Beach on one and Beer with the Boys on the other. And then I've done it as a 40p each way double on Happy Larry and Kodiak Prince. Hopefully that is nice and clear. Yeah, depends on when I get my research done. Last night I was done it in a good time, and there was a few prices, and I just thought I know I'm going to back them tomorrow, so on the bets on the channel, so I'm going to put them out there for those of you who like a little bit of a single. I won't do it every night. It's as and there. So those of you who want to check back, I've learnt my lesson about I'm not going to put an actual bet on the comments unless I've specifically told you I will do it, which I'm not doing. But I'll put some prices that I think are worth looking at. Okay, bet 2, definitely best with bet 365. So if you've got the option, this is bet 365. But again, put it on with anywhere, and that's because the place terms are same as Sky, but you've got better odds and best price guaranteed, so it's a no-brainer. So I've got 2:45 Chepstow Diamond Cottage. I put that up last night at 14s. 3:15 Chepstow Liberty Bay 7s. then this might look like a funny one, but I think it was worth its place. There's a 7 runner, 3:45 Chepstow, Bell Street, Bridie, 4-1. And then the last leg, we're finishing off with a Wolverhampton horse, 8:30 Wolverhampton, Lucifer, 18s. 20p each way lucky 15, so straightforward lucky 15. And then a 50p each way double on Diamond Cottage and Lucifer. That is bet 2. Reminder, we're back into territory. These are the prices I've got for the bets. If they do drift, unless it's best price guaranteed, which it isn't on most races, I've got those prices. That's what I'm doing for the channel. All the channel bets I'll put through a Sky Bet account, but I will flag to you when I think you are better off putting it on with another bookmaker. On the majority of days and the majority of bets, I stand by. Sky Bet is still the best bookmaker for the types of selections that I'm making, but I will always flag to you, and I think it's better elsewhere. And last night on the singles, actually, I think Coral were best for one, Betfair for one. If you're doing single bets, it's easier to shop around a little bit. Okay, I think that's me. Only things to sort of flag this week. Racing's sort of fairly average this week, but Saturday looks quite nice. Got Northumberland Plate and the Irish Derby, so that's good to look forward to. Golfing for this week, we've got the Travellers in the PGA Tour. We've got the BMW International, I think it is, on the European Tour. And it's the US Senior Open on the Champions Tour. So I will be doing likely three different golf tournaments for this weekend. And then I've said I'll do a Wimbledon bet. So I need to see when the markets are where I need them to be. So I think Wimbledon bet is probably be at some point Friday, Saturday or Sunday. As we get towards the end of the week, when the markets that I'm hoping will open up do, then we'll look at that. Just at the moment this week it's Wimbledon qualifying, so that will change a few of the markets. So when that's done, it'll be the latter part of this week. We'll have a Wimbledon bet for those who are interested in having a little bit of a dabble on the tennis. All right, that is me. Enjoy your day. I'll be back in the morning. See you then. Cheers.